Hey guys, today I'm joined by Matt Adler, longtime Pre-Approve Me member. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you spending the time. For people watching this video, would you just give us a little bit of background on your history?
Yeah, I always wanted to create this type of a tool, this type of app. And I kicked myself for not doing it. One day I found it online somewhere. The ability to set parameters and let borrowers create the pre-approval letters so that they don't have to come to me every single time. And it's been a lifesaver tool for me on the nights and the weekends where I don't always have to necessarily be at the ready to get that information to the borrower. It's all right there at their fingertips, and borrowers really appreciate that as well.
Yeah. So before you found Pre-Approve Me,
Mhm.
how would you describe how you're managing the process of sending pre-approval letters and customer communication around that piece?
There's a lot of manual stuff. Phone calls. If I'm not in front of my computer, I'll get back to you. Send me over the information on the property, the taxes, or the listing, so I can crunch the numbers and make sure the debt to income ratio is going to fit. And that was 5, 6 years ago, and we're even more in an on-demand society right now, where that time makes a huge difference for offers being accepted or just people not really expecting things to take that long.
Yeah, that makes sense. And when do those calls typically come to you? Like, were they like always on 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or?
Oh no, certainly not. Typically people are working during those hours, right? So they're making these decisions and running these numbers lunchtime or nights and weekends. So if I can empower other people to utilize that, I can better use my time during lunch, maybe getting another customer in front of another customer, or actually eating lunch, and at night actually living.
Well, yeah, shame on you for wanting to have some free time, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that is the origin story of our product is exactly that. So really, I'm excited to hear that that's been a big benefit for you. Um, when did you first hear about us? If you remember back that far, you remember how you heard of us and when it was?
I honestly don't remember. I think I was just searching around and found something on Google. And I know it was before COVID, 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And I've made it a part of my daily use ever since.
And you use this tool with your borrowers. You get them set up, and then
Mhm.
do you also work with real estate agents on this tool?
I try. Some embrace it more than others.
Uh huh.
Um, it's been a good introduction to new realtors, especially if I'm working with a borrower who is working with a realtor I've never worked with before. The borrower comes and they're playing around with their phone at a listing, and they say, "Here, I'll get you the pre-approval letter," and boom, boom, boom. Then sometimes I'll get a phone call and they'll mention, "Hey, I saw that they had that ability, they had that app. That's kind of cool." So that's been a good relationship starter, a conversation starter that maybe wouldn't have existed otherwise.
And so, even if the real estate agent specifically is not dialed in, super sold on the idea of it or using it, you're still setting up each customer and empowering them to use it.
Yep.
So you get the benefit either way because either they're doing it or, worst case scenario, they call you. You're not at the house or at the office, I should say, but you've got your phone and you can issue that letter on their behalf. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. And another really great thing that I love about it is I love getting the emails whenever they're using it. So they may be somebody who I hadn't heard of in a little while, and shame on me maybe not for following up, but I can see they're still active, and I can give them a call, or I can send an email or a text, and hopefully stay top of mind and relevant to them in other ways. That's just more than just the pre-approval letter.
Yeah. And so if somebody was on the fence, right, about joining Pre-Approve Me,
Mm.
why would somebody choose to take action instead of waiting?
Why would they take action? Because they want to take their business to the next level. They want to um, utilize this tool to free up their time so they can live, like you mentioned, but also so that you can do more business. You're not spending as much time on each borrower. You can go out and try to create more relationships, get more referrals, take on more business, do more volume. It's a no-brainer.
Love it. That's awesome. And so, if anybody wanted to get a hold of you or had any questions, would you be okay taking a phone call or an email?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be the best way of getting in touch with you?
You can call me. Phone number
Okay,
is 248-219-7552. Call or text.
awesome, Matt. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And as a longtime member, we really appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for the great product.
Thank you.